Shalom, welcome to Out of Africa Torah session. My name is Tatra Cohen, and this week we are on Parashat 50, and the name of this Parashat is Tavo. When you come, it is coming from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 26 all the way to 29. And in this Torah portion, we see Moses instructs the children of Israel regarding firstly the first fruit, the offering of the first fruit. And we also him mentioning the blessings, a number of blessings that would fall upon the children of Israel should they listen to the commandments of the Lord. And finally, we see him talking about the punishment that would come upon the children of Israel if they choose to disobey the commandments of the Lord. A very interesting Torah portion. But today I would like to dwell mainly on what I think was a very strange law. And this strange law was given to everybody who considered himself a citizen. In other words, when you become a citizen, there are some laws or a responsibility that you just have to abide or to live with. And that's exactly what is happening in this context. Now, we also see that this one strange law, which was given to everybody, also became a model of how the community of Israel was to be settled. And it came as a responsibility to everyone who made up this community, irrespective of the backgrounds they could be coming from. So this obligation was attached mainly to the offering of the first fruit, or the high holiday of the first fruit, the feast of the first fruit. Now, allow me to read briefly as we look at this together from chapter 26, from verse 4. It reads in my Bible, "The Kohen will take the basket from your hand and put it down in front of the altar of Adonai your God. Then in the presence of Adonai your God, you are to say, my ancestor was a nomad from Aram. He went down into Egypt in few in number and stayed there, and he became a strong, populous nation. But the Egyptians treated us badly." Now you see the language begins to say us, meaning you become one with the story which you are reading. "They oppressed us and imposed a harsh slavery on us. So we cried out to our God, the God of our ancestors. Adonai heard us and saw our misery, toil, and oppression. And Adonai brought us out from Egypt with a strong hand and a stretched arm, with great terror and with signs and wonders. Now he has brought us to this place," that very place which you'll be offering, "and given us the land, a land flowing of milk and honey." Now let's look at verse 10 together as I conclude the reading. "Therefore, as you see, I have now brought the first fruit of the land which you, Adonai, have given me." You see, this is really a very interesting thing. So it goes on, you say, you shall prostrate, you shall do A, B, C, D. But the point here is, this was an obligation given to every citizen, that they were supposed to tell this story. And as they told this story, you begin to ask yourself, why this story? Mind you, this became the model of how the nation of Israel was born. And it was born as a covenant society. And the good thing about the covenant society is it doesn't have any ethnical binding in it. Meaning even outsiders are also able to come and they join and they become part of this great society, which was governed by the principles of the living God, the God of heaven. Now, that is if they wish to join. Another thing which is not mentioning concerning this telling of the story is each and every one of us, or of them if you wish, them children of Israel by that time, has got this obligation to tell the story And that was a great yet a very strange law, as we have seen in the reading. Now you would ask yourself, why telling the story after all? Because when you tell the story, you are united with the story. You become one with this story. Telling the story also shows that you agree with the narrative. Like you hear about the Lord did ABC, He took us with a great hand, He performed all these great miracles. By you professing such, it actually shows you are in so much agreement with what was being said. And that was very important. It also serves as an opportunity to affirm your faith, an opportunity to profess your faith. Not just I have faith, but you telling the story shows that you believe in what your God did to your forefathers. And that's the reason why you and me are here today, because of what God did. Like in the story of Passover, where we say, had it not done this, it would have been enough. We become part and parcel of that story. Now, with that being said, brothers and sisters, I want to leave you with this question today. What's your story? Do you have any story? Were you delivered? Were you saved? Were you blessed? Were you even healed? Whatever happened to you, you cannot be silent. You have to tell the story. You must tell your story. And your story may be different, mind you. But guess what? All the stories have one thing in common. No matter what happened, were you healed? Were you blessed? Were you whatever happened to you, there is one thing that is common. The story of every believer is meant to give glory to the God of Israel. And that was the purpose of the children of Israel retelling this story. It was to remind the generation that was coming after them to give glory and to fear the God of their fathers.